So we were talking a little bit, guys. I'm gonna show you some really cool things on the app. Lisa and I are gonna go over some things, and I would like for you guys to participate tonight a little bit. I'll just tell you this. And I need to pull this. I need to pull this up from the back of my screen. So just hold up as I talk. But I wanna show you guys a little bit about what we were just talking about, because obviously we were talking about the bonus pool. And that your customer has to be at least $40, okay? And I want to show you something that a lot of people do not know, and that you need to understand how and why you can educate your customers more over the next 30 days, and you still get paid on everything that they order over the next 30 days. A lot of people think that if the person signs up for $40 and then adds something to their order, they do not get paid. That was a big question that was asked, and people didn't even, 80% of the people didn't think they got paid because they didn't understand it. So they weren't really continuing to bless and encourage the person as they went through. So I'm gonna share something with you guys so that you understand how to educate your customers, how to take them to the next level. And I'm going to show you what we have on some of our things. And first, let me see who else is on here too. Hold on just one second. I thought
looks like your special speaker is on here. Paulette?
No, I don't. I haven't had anybody on tonight. I had one person that my friend David was going to come, but I'm not. I'm going to go over some things tonight, and if David comes, then I'll add him on. But I wanted to share some things. I'm just trying to find something really quick for you guys that I want to share with you guys. Just one second, and I want to do. I'm going to talk about something, and if any of you who watched this past weekend, you can make some comments. Hold on, you guys. I put tonight's call on both of these pages. It's not here. Guys, hold on one second. I'm just trying to find something for you guys that doesn't make any sense, because I put both the calls on the pages tonight and do not see an info sheet that I put on here, which doesn't make any sense. So Lisa's going to try. Golden Freedom Fighters, I know I'll put it on there.
Yeah, I'm admitting everybody, Mike.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. So I don't know why it's not on here, but Lisa's going to try to find it. So let me just say this, okay? So hey, Mike, hey guys, oh, you can't unmute for some reason. It says you can't unmute. Okay, so let me just talk about that. So and I've been doing this, and I want to encourage you to do this as you sign people up. Okay, continue to educate them. It's not on there? How is it not on there? Paulette, can I ask you a question? Are you able to unmute? Did my post about tonight's call go through on your page?
No, I don't think so. I asked Linda.
I put it on everybody's page, and it's on none of the pages. You want to talk about what Facebook is doing to us, to me and Lisa? I put it on Freedom Fighters, Build It Up, and Ohio Team Inspires.
It was on Freedom Fighters, because that's how I signed in.
Well,
I'll double check.
Well, here's what I'm going to tell you, Tracy. It might have been Mike's probably laughing at me because he knows how I've been with Facebook, and he's the same way sometimes. Let me just tell you something. It makes no sense, because I put stuff on there and everybody else sees it and I can't find it, right? And so those of you guys know about Facebook and the way they're doing things. We spent $10,000. I told Mike this the other day. We usually spend $10,000 on a challenge, and we usually get between $35,000 and $75,000 on the return. This last challenge, we got 0. We had people not even seeing our content. In our private Facebook group, they hate the health industry. I'll just tell you that. They hate the health industry, right? Anybody talking about health or wellness, they just absolutely hate it. And so I put in there tonight the ITT tracker. It's on my phone for sure. It's a picture. Can you email it to me really quick at Pro Tandem is Health? Okay. So here's what I was talking about earlier that I wanted to really stress, and then I'll go into something else I wanted to talk about. I wanted to, yes, I want to talk to you guys about two things, and then I'm going to go into the app and the ITT training. Okay, whichever one is best.
Sorry,
So
Mike, that was last week's call that I just saw, not today's. I'm sorry.
exactly. So
Yeah,
you
I
see
was
what I'm
gonna
saying?
say, I
So
didn't see it today either.
wasn't on there,
Right.
right?
This is Paulette, and you weren't on there either. No,
See?
on Ohio.
And I put them on all three of your guys' pages, on all three of those pages. Ohio, Chris's page, and our page, and it's on none of them. So, Mike's laughing at me.
I saw your live this morning. I was on and watched your whole
I
live this
have,
morning.
I'm getting a ton of posts back on my lives and stuff now, but just Facebook in general. So back to the customer, okay? And I just taught my new distributors, our new business partners who are working with us with Hefluence, Vince and Kayla, to constantly educate their customers, okay? Because for 30 days, you get paid the 40%. So they did a survey this past couple months with different distributors. Maybe some of you got it, and they asked them questions if they understood different things. Our account manager went over this. I'll go into this a little bit more in a second, but a lot of people didn't even know that if you once you sign up the customer, most people think you get paid that 40%, and if they order more product or add to their order, you don't get paid on that. I'll be honest with you. I used to think that too, right? Mike's shaking his head. He's been in for 8 or 9 years. That's what we used to be taught, right? Clear back when it was Premier School, okay? So we have had some amazing calls this week with Dave Fleming, and I've got some stuff I want to share with you guys about that. But what I started teaching Kayla and Vince is continue to share more products through the app and make sure that every customer you sign up has some education about the products through the app. So Vince's father signed up on Nerve 2 and the probiotics, which is what we get every single person on, no matter what, up front. He went back and upgraded his order to an ultimate stack. So Vince got paid 40% on the remaining part of the order, okay? And he's like, Mike, this is freaking cool. I can get them signed up, and then I have 30 days to educate them to get the more of the 40%. Guys, if you're not doing that, please start doing that, okay? Now look, this next section, I'm not gonna get into a debate about what's right, what's wrong, who's right. Like Mike and I talk about this all the time. He's a massive Tony Robbins fan, right? Tony Robbins is great for personal development and getting you to do things that you normally wouldn't do, right? Just like Mike, and one of the things I will say about Mike is that he's constantly investing in himself, okay? He invested with me for half of a year, and the result, like I just saw a picture of him today. He's lost over 50 pounds, struggled with his weight for years and years and years. Were you getting ready to say something, Mike?
I look at that picture and I feel younger just looking at that picture.
And it's amazing. You are. We just were talking about it. You look like a little kid, you know? And so here's the thing. I'm just going to tell you this from my heart. You can take it however you want. I am not the same man I was. I am not going to convince somebody to do something anymore. Mike, how many times have we talked about this in the last 3 months? Time and time again. You know I'm different. You know I've admitted to my faults. One thing for me in 2020 is if you haven't watched my live today that I did, go watch it. Okay, I'll just tell you that. And on my personal page, I attribute a lot of my growth to my wife because she has taught me things that I needed to hear, not things. And I'll say it publicly because he's on. Chris is the same way. Chris has came to me and said, hey, Mike, maybe you need to think about things different. You need to do things a little bit different. I have 2 mentors in my life that keep me accountable every single day. Okay? Yeah. And the coolest thing about this is that you have to be constantly growing. So I'm going to talk about this weekend, I'm going to let you guys know this up front. Corporate, as of today, am I admitting you?
Yeah.
Corporate, as of today, is taking back over LifeVantage Academy. The Pro 10s are no longer have access to LifeVantage Academy. We're going to have new teachers, which sucks because I probably will not be one of them because we just know how things go. But I will say this. I've loved a lot of the stuff that Eric Worre has done. I love what I've read his book twice, but I will just tell you this. I watched a couple of the replays of some of the videos that some people sent me. There was no comparison to the weekend that we had with Building Depth this weekend to the Eric Worre event. No comparison. I love a lot of the motivational stuff and a lot of the good stuff, but I got to hear from Tyler Daniels this weekend, who's been away from this company for months. And you can ask Lisa. It was absolutely one of the best events that we have ever experienced. We sat down for 2 days and listened and took notes. I took 21 pages of notes for the first time in my LifeVantage career, okay? And I'm just going to tell you, okay? I'm not saying that I wouldn't ever go to an Eric Worre event or I wouldn't do this, but I got to hear from Mark Shinsato, Tyler Daniels, Blue Elam. I got to hear from 70% of the Pro 10s in 2 days, along with Marilyn Johnson, Everett Schilling. I mean, 33 elites spoke, okay? And it literally cost a fourth of what it costs to go to another event for 3 days. Now, next year, we're not going to have them on the same day. So let me give you kind of a schedule of what's going to happen with corporate and with all the events going forward. So the Success Mastery is going to change. They're going to have something's going to be different all 4 weeks of the month. But the third Saturday of the month, when there's no corporate event, there will be a LifeVantage Academy. Now, I'm just going to let you guys know because I'm going to take you guys off speaker view so I can see you guys because I want to see the gallery view of you guys. So here's what I want to tell you, okay? I don't know this for sure, but this is kind of what I feel. Mike's going to laugh. It's going back to Premier School, okay? It's going back to Premier School. And I'm going to tell you why it's going back to Premier School, okay? Mike can tell you, when it was Premier School, we had 300 plus people for over 5 years every stinking Saturday. Mike drove, 4 hours one way? So 8 hours total, right? So half of your day was taken up by driving, right? And I saw him at every single one of them, right? Every single one of them, every time. And that's how we formed a relationship, right? And so when those went away, for me, I lost 3 Pro 5s and a Pro 6, okay? So I had to start my business over. And Mike and Lisa were at the last Premier School they had because I was out teaching. We had started lead school or something different. And Mike was at the last one. We used to have 23 elites in the front of the room. There was 5, okay? There was 5, okay? So Premier School is coming back for us to get people to the premier ranks, Pro 4, Pro 5, Pro 6, okay? And what that's going to do is if you take action on those things, you will get it. So what they're going to do, I think, in January, until they finalize the cities, they're going to do them virtual in January, okay? In January and February. And then after that, they will pick the cities, and then it'll be a teacher going out and teaching. I'm sad because I know that that's going to eliminate a lot of people that's been teaching and been a part of it for 10 years. We'll be involved in LifeVantage in 10 years coming up in May. And it's just been really exciting. Guys, I left this event this past weekend emotionally. Listening to Tyler Daniels talk changed my life. I've known Tyler all my LifeVantage career, but listening to what he said on Saturday, and a lot of you don't know this, but you never hear from Tasha and Lisa Niederhauser very much, right? Tasha was there. Tasha spoke. Lisa Niederhauser brought us home at the end with wisdom beyond wisdom, right? Like emotional, changing. Skip and Jill spoke for the first time. So we're attracting, I'll tell you what, Bob and Regina Spriggs, building a Pro 9 volume, or Pro 7s, LifeVantage position, and in their late 70s, okay? In their late 70s, right? And they, Lisa and I were like, God, I could listen to Regina all the time, right? So it doesn't matter whether you're 20 or you're 70, right? It doesn't matter. All you have to do is build this business. And what I want Lisa to do, honey, are you coming back? Honey, come, please. So what I want Lisa to do is I want to go a little bit over the app again. So this ITT training has been made super easy, you guys. And we went over it. I had the privilege of teaching the app section of Building Depth with all the people in different groups. And there was people that met together, 15, 20 people here and there. We had close to 400 people, okay? Close to 400 people. When we didn't charge, we had 1,000 people. But I'll just tell you this. When you pay for something, you get a lot more out of it, okay? I'll just tell you that. Stacy knows. We've had numerous conversations about this. When you pay for something, you get more out of it. Mike knows. Mike told me one of his best experiences was when he first did his first investment in Tony Robbins, right? And he can tell you this. He is still implementing this day things that him and I went over a year ago, 2 years ago, right? Consistently, menus and grocery lists and consistent workouts and the things that he does, the hydration and all that stuff. So what reason I'm telling you guys this is because it's super, super important. You're going to pull up the app. It's super, super important that the ITT part, and I think I just pulled this up behind me on the screen, but let me share this with you, and then I'm going to have Lisa go over the app. Where are those photos at? The photos here. So where was that photo you just? Okay, here it is. All right.
So should we be opening our phones for our apps, Mike?
You can if you'd like to, Tracy. You can do that. Let me go over this photo. Can you guys see the ITT photo now?
Yeah.
Okay, you can see it now. Okay, so look at this, guys. So this invite is really super easy. Okay, and I'm going to have Lisa, after I go through this, I'm going to have her walk you through it on the phone. You can get people who've never done anything in this business to re-engage with the app. Sit down with them for 15 minutes, okay? 15 minutes. Even for old guys like Mike Weingarten, he can do this with the app, right? He can do this with the app, right? The invite and the tool and the team. So the invite is the first video, the flip video. Your website /flip. Okay, you can send it right from the app, which Lisa's going to show you how to do that. That's where I want you to go first, being able to send the video through the app. So she'll be able to show you that. And just look, start a conversation with, you're open to learn how to take control of your health, open to taking control of your life, then ask, do you have a few minutes to check out a video? That will literally change your life, okay? I have now changed mine to, I got 8 people to watch it this week, okay? And you know what I said to them? Hey, look, you guys, I know that you, and these were people that knew we had been involved in this. Now they're ready to go to the third level, the third step, which we will have next week. I've scheduled them all for next week before Christmas. I'm not giving up. The Campbells became Pro 10 in December, okay? 13 elites signed up in December when they signed up their first original time, okay? Russell and Tracy Blanche, Marsha Livingston. I could go on and on and on, okay? So don't be lackadaisical because it's Christmas and the holidays, okay? People are looking for tax breaks, okay? Mike can tell you that. People are looking for tax breaks, right? When you send them that first video, then the next video is the tool, okay? It's an overview. Once they watch it, say, hey, look, are you ready to get started on the products? I think it's only fair for me that I show you an overview of a little bit more of the products and the opportunities. So then you can make an adequate decision. And I let them know. I say, 80% of the revenue of this publicly traded company comes from people who just use the products. And then you guys can use my story. Guys, my average customer, when I had my brick and mortar nutrition business, my average customer was 3 to 5 months. Okay. My account manager told me that my average length of my career of LifeVantage, Mike and I talk about it all the time, my average customer is 6.5 years. 10 times what it was in a brick and mortar business. Okay. I had a heated, I won't say a heated conversation. It was heated for him, but Mike knows I don't get into those conversations anymore. It was heated for him. Mike even said to me the other day, I told him a scenario, something that happened with me. And he said, I don't know how you do that. He said, the New Yorker would have had to come out in me on that one. And I was like, and Mike, it's the same situation. It's the same chiropractor, same guy. And I handled it great. He actually said to me, I would never be involved in anything that was connected to network marketing, even if Mother Teresa was the CEO. So I just did this. I said, Mike's like, so here's what I did, you guys. I said, but this is all I said back to him, and he didn't say anything. I said, I noticed, and he's in my BNI group. If you guys don't know what a BNI group, Paulette does, it's a business networking group, okay? I said, but didn't I see you give money to 2 people in our group that were in network marketing events? Guess what? Your name's attached to Mary Kay and doTERRA. He never said another word after that back to me, because I guess Mother Teresa must be the head of doTERRA, because he's still, now he does have his name attached to that. So here's the third piece, which is what we always have, is to get them on a phone call with somebody. You know, you don't have to, you can just say, hey, look, I know you're going to have questions. Let's have a conversation, you know? And then usually I let them know, say, hey, look, I'm going to have one of my friends that relates to you really well. If it's a nurse, I say, hey, you know what? I'm going to have my wife on with us. You know, if it's a female, I always say this. I'll say, I'm going to make you feel comfortable. I'm going to have my wife on the call, or I'm going to have Paulette on the call. And that way, if you have questions, I won't be answering all. I'm going to let Mike, or I'm going to let Paulette or somebody like that. Mike and I have done those, and it goes smoother. It's super smooth and easy because it's non-threatening, it's non-challenging, and they may not want to do that. And if you say, that's okay, fine, let's just you and I have a conversation so that I can educate you, because I feel as passionate about this as anything I've ever felt as passionate about in my life. And you know what's, one of my friends said this to me the other day, are you still doing that? And you know what I said to him? This is funny, you guys. This is funny. You know what I said to him? He said, have you made any money? That's what he said. Have you made? Everybody's laughing. Have you made any money? And you know what I told him? $750,000 in 9.5 years. And you know what he said? He said, you have got to be me, right? You have got to be shizing me, right? And I said, no. And I had just got a little letter from my account manager of the volume that we had created over a 9.5 year period of time. He goes, God, I probably should listen to you about this. I said, if you don't, this opportunity will not be here in another 3 to 5 years. It just won't. So here's back to, and then I'll stop sharing this, and I'm gonna have Lisa share her screen here in a second. But here's what I'll tell you. Dave Fleming said this, and I want to express you guys. Let me tell you how important that building depth event was. Okay, Steve Fife, our CEO, stayed on for both days the entire time. Never got off. Never spoke and ran like a lot of the other people do, which you guys know because you've been on. He stayed on the entire time. Both days. 5 hours one day and 4 hours the first. It's 9 hours total. Tracy, do you want to say something? Go ahead. Hold on. You're muted. Unmute. Go
When
ahead.
Steve was on, I was flipping the pages just to look who was on. His picture was on the whole time.
Yeah.
So if you wanted, he was engaged.
Yeah.
And he went back a couple of times and answered some questions. I was impressed.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And I'll just say this. Here's what was really cool. If you listen to Steve's talk, he's, without saying it, he said that it was one of the best events that he'd ever been a part of since he'd been in LifeVantage. And he's only been in LifeVantage for a couple of years. And if you know Steve's background, and this is what he also said. He said that investors, which is cool. I'm not doing insider trading here. He said investors are flocking and getting ready to purchase a lot of LifeVantage stock. So I'll just tell you, I'm getting ready to buy some more. Just saying. Okay. So I'll just tell you. Okay. There's one of the things that Brian Dixon and I talked about is he was at USANA when the stock for USANA was $20. Okay. He bought a bunch of stock at 20 and it went all the way up to $150. Okay. If you know anything about USANA, Mitchell, I'll send you that picture. Oh, Crystal just said it was an amazing training. Crystal, if you have a takeaway, you can, in a second here, if you want, you can unmute yourself and make a comment, because I know Crystal and her husband both watched the entire event. I only had a couple people in our group on, but I had phenomenal feedback. Oh, Mike, what did you say, Mike? I wouldn't be mad at the stock price increase. Yeah, me either. So you know what made it really easy for my conversation with Brian Dixon? I said, Mike, what made you leave? Stock was 120, $750 million company. Not so, okay products. Top 10% of the industry products, good, decent, but not great, right? Probably one of the top 5 products in network marketing because of their little bit of science they have behind it. It's called USANA. Okay, it's one of the S stands for science. Okay, so he said it made no sense to me after all the money I made at USANA to go to a company when I'm passionate about nutrigenomics and science, and nobody has what LifeVantage has. USANA didn't even compare to what LifeVantage has. So one of the things that I took away from Steve's talk, and then I'm going to let Lisa walk you through those videos and how easy it is to share those videos. One of the things that I thought was really incredible, and I had 15 minutes to share the app training, and I got done at like 14 minutes and 30 seconds, right? And the only reason I did that is, I'll just be honest, I watched her video like 5 times, and even twice right before we got started, right? But let me just say this, and I want to encourage you guys. Many of you have a massive opportunity right now with this app and these 2 new videos. You know, Skip said it really funny. You guys know Skip has the greatest sense of humor of anybody. He's like, look, if you can't freaking use these 2 videos, then you probably should go back and watch a video on how to use these 2 videos, basically, right? And so he's like, how can you not be successful with sharing 2 videos and then constantly following up with people? He said, people's circumstances and what they're doing change every single day. So here's what I want to tell you. Even people who you signed up that you thought were going to be really good at this and didn't do anything, go back to them, you guys. Go back to them with the app. The app works. Let me just say this, okay? I will say this. Lisa and I were laughing today. You know, we've had changes with Ryan Goodwin being gone, and Jesse and Kamal's team far exceed anything. Nothing against Ryan. I loved him, but he got kind of lackadaisical in what he was doing with LifeVantage. How many of you know that people can get comfortable in a position, in a job position, right? It's really simple and easy, right? I like your background, Marcia. That's my coach's background. Anytime we have a call with our coach, he has the Golden Gate Bridge background in his thing. It's his business, Marcia, background, and a black shirt, right? Black shirt and the Golden Gate Bridge. So, yeah. So it's funny. But so I'm gonna turn this over to Lisa.
Wasn't somebody gonna say something?
Oh yeah, Crystal, did you want to say something? Or no? I know Crystal's pretty shy, but maybe she'll say something about the event.
I'll say one more thing.
Go ahead.
I did pay for the GoPro,
Okay.
but I was on the building depth when the GoPro was on.
Yeah.
I was not watching the GoPro.
What was your takeaway from some of the speakers? Okay, Crystal.
I want to know when we're going to Africa. I mean, I could get from Steve Fife that, excuse me, this company is going international in the next 2 years.
Okay, so
end of conversation.
Yeah, so that was one big thing for me. And one big thing I took away that I wrote down in my notes was we all need to stop getting ready to get ready. Okay, stop getting ready to get ready. Some of us have been in this long enough. You know, I want to just encourage you one more time to go back and listen to my live today. This person right here has encouraged me to finally be the person that God's called me to be. I am no longer attached to the Pro 5s that we lost, the Pro 6 that we lost, the people that aren't engaged. I'm no longer attached to them. I'm going to keep sharing with as many people as I possibly can until I find somebody, right? Like you heard Jane last week, okay? For those of you that didn't get to see the call last week, I downloaded it. I'll upload it today so that you guys can have it. Jane has Pro 7 volume, but is paid as a Pro 6, okay? But she just, one of her personal enrollments just hit Pro 7. How many of you would like, 10% of that check? Me, right? So it's almost, be honest with you, it's funny. It's almost as good as getting the Pro 7 check. Just telling you, okay? So you go look until you find that one person. Okay, I love it. We thought about every time Lisa and I ever see a bag of M&Ms, we always think of how many blue ones are in there, right? How many blue ones are in there? Carrie Dickey used to always say, put M&Ms in your hand, and every time you find a leader, take the blue one out and put it in your right pocket, right? And then as you start doing it, she said, don't keep them in there too long or they'll melt, right? But, just as a thought process of what you're doing and how you're finding it, just use it as a thought process. But I just want to encourage you guys to do that, right? Like I get a lot out of, like for instance, Julia did the Eric Warwick or the Tony Robbins thing the last time, right? Yeah, and her and Mike both were in there, right? And Julia came back and said, "Oh my gosh," she goes, "it was awesome." She goes, "it reminds me that I can't miss LifeVantage events because it's a consistent message that you have to be." You guys, it's the reason why, I don't know if a lot of you knew this, but LV Coaching is coming back. I still have my subscription for LV Coaching. You know why? Because I don't have to go anywhere else for my personal development. If you use Q and you put in how you're feeling every single day, she tells you exactly what to watch. And I'm just going to tell you, I told Mike this the first time I used it. It's everything I need from personal development. She says, "Hey, go watch this," right? And then she asks you questions about your marriage, and she asks you questions about your business. And I'm a big Brendan Burchard fan, right? And so I'll just say this: I am a forward thinker. I'm not. I'm just going to be. I'll tell you about it later. Say Q is a pain in the butt. Yeah, exactly, Stacy. I agree. She gets a little bit feisty with you, right? Like, and she's like, yeah. She's like, "Have you done this today? Have you done this today? Have you drank enough water today?" Like, but does anyone think backwards? Yeah, I do sometimes, Chris, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
I usually do sometimes. I think you can think backwards. Who is Q? Q is the administrator for LV Coaching. She's the one, maybe when Lisa's done, I'll pull mine up and kind of show you. But let me share my screen and get Lisa sharing her screen here for, there you are. Do you need me to make this bigger?
Mm-hmm.
Here?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So I'm going to let my wife kind of share with you guys all, because a lot of the
How to
times,
share the videos and stuff.
yeah, how to share the videos through the app. And here's one of the things she's going to show you also. A lot of people said they couldn't find the learn video, the more video. Now they have it. Even when you look at it, people are like, do I go over it, or what do I do? You know? And so Lisa's kind of walk you through that and show you guys a little simpler. Because here's what I learned.
Yeah, they moved it up, so it's nice and easy to find now.
Yes. And so here's one of the really cool things. I'd probably say we've had a lot of good account managers, but you're on the screen. Oh.
No wonder I'm cold.
Lisa's realizing that it's 68 degrees in here. So, but here's what I realized from my account manager.
70.
My account manager, okay, is that we are so active with her that she's constantly texting and calling us and sharing stuff with us and helping us map out. That's one thing that we've never had. Now that sales and marketing are together with LifeVantage, you guys, with this system, the ITT, the invite, the first video, the second video, and then the tool, if you just keep rinsing and repeating that, you can be successful. The only way you won't be successful is if you talk too much, if you don't follow the system, and you don't follow up, okay? Be intentional. I would tell you this, as busy as we are, we cannot not be intentional, okay? We cannot not be intentional, and the app makes it super easy. I drove to Clearwater the other day, and I called 6 people that I'd shared with. 4 of them I have appointments with next week. So when you're driving in the car and you have some downtime, call some people, create conversation with them, see how they're doing. Guess what? A lot of them are going to ask you, hey, what are you doing nowadays? And then I'll say, let's have a conversation about that. Can I send you some updated information on what's happened in the last 9 years? And do you think they're going to say no if they ask me about how, am I still doing it? No, they're not going to say no. Okay. So Lisa's going to show you guys a little bit about how to share these videos through the app. That way you have the access. She's also going to show you how you can, you said there's a way that you can copy it and put it into the, she'll show you that. She said, my
workaround.
We can't, she's got what's called a workaround to get it into Messenger and stuff like that, which will be great. She's going to share this with you here. So what's really cool about that is that they're going to eventually make it so that we can just share it on different social media platforms. They're working on that right now. Let me turn it over to my wife. Okay, you're in the chat still.
I just moved it, so I just went there.
Okay.
All right. Hey guys, I'm cold. Forgive me. I'm like, brr.
It's mindset.
Anyways, so
not cold
sharing a video. You go to the app, obviously, when you first log on or open up the app, it defaults to your deck. So you just want to click on the library, and you're going to send the Curiosity, that first 2.5 minute video to somebody, right? The little box in the corner there. Message. Social sharing is if you want to like post it on Facebook or something like that. Okay. And then find who you want to send it to. I'll just do share, hit next, and then text message, or you can in-app messenger it, but that's where it comes from, a random phone number that says, you know, this is Lisa Huey, this is my business number, save it, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know, a
lot of people don't go back to the app. This allows you to just do it from your text
directly
message.
To a normal text.
Even if you have an Android.
And so,
quick question about that.
Okay.
So my understanding is if you send the video through the app as opposed to the text message, that then you'll be notified when they watch it.
I thought
you did it for both.
Either one. It should tell you for either.
Yeah.
No, Tracy, not on your.
No, not on my personal messenger. On when I send it through the app.
Yep.
Yes, it will tell me when they've watched it. But when I send it by personal messenger,
even back on the beginning, it said, okay, I'm going to get that question asked, because when I go back into the app part of this, it shows me when the person's watched it. So I'll get that. Lisa can check, but I thought it was either way. So you're saying no, it's not either way?
Yeah, I haven't tried it because that was the first thing I heard, that only through the app will you be notified when they watch the video.
Okay.
Know about a regular text message.
All right. I'm just going to call. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do a live in our group. And I'll let you guys know tomorrow. I'll ask tomorrow, and I'll just ask Kamal so that we can find out. Lisa's going to do a test here just to kind of see, and then see if the activity is here. You can click the share there then, right? Mm-hmm. So,
so whether you go from your contacts like I just did, I know he was talking and I was just doing it, but you can add them in your contacts, etc., and share from your contacts, or you can also do it like I was starting to do from the library. Either one pulls it up the same way. Click on what it is you want to share. All right, so learn more about how you can, that's the flip the switch. It does make you type a comment or something as opposed to just sending the video as is. Because if you notice, with nothing there, the arrow on the side is gray.
It doesn't go.
So it won't go nowhere. Now it's blue. Once
Lisa, I thought words came up, like when you chose what their interest was and stuff, and you didn't explain that. I thought it came up with words already there.
Not this way.
Yeah, because when I just did it a couple times, it would say, "Hi, this is Mitchell."
Yeah.
Yeah, but Lisa backed
somebody else.
Yeah, huh? Lisa backed out of that so that she could put her own message in there.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there's times where that would automatically come up. Hi, this is Mitchell. This is a
correct.
And in the same list of people, I'd try to send it to somebody else, and I'd have to type something in myself.
Mm-hmm. It depends on whether you're typing it or sending it through the app or through your own text message.
And guys, they're working all these things out, so it's simple. Did you have a question, Mitchell?
All right.
No, I was just letting you know.
Okay. Yeah. So anyways,
let me just say this. I like it better us putting our own message in there. Okay? Because the thing is we can make it personalized.
And I'll go through both ways, actually.
Okay. What's that?
So I'll do it both ways.
Okay.
So this is going through my regular text messages. Okay. Now, and you can see it actually pull it up, and you can see what our conversations have been in the past, so it's your regular text message. Now, this is my quote workaround to get it onto like Facebook Messenger or Instagram messaging, etc. You pretend you're going to send it via your own text message, but then you copy and paste the whole thing. Select all. Copy it, cancel, because you don't want to send it via that, and then jump over to your messenger, and I will send it to Stacy for ha-has. Paste, send.
Because Stacy wasn't.
There you go.
Stacy wasn't letting people in.
So now that's how you can share it on Messenger. That's the workaround.
Did you get it, Stacy? You're muted, but that's okay. Right. You got it? Okay, Stacy got it. So there's multiple ways that you can do it.
So I'll do it on this.
Let me just say this. Even if you send it through the app, okay, it goes to their text message because I sent an update to a friend of mine, Cole Hatter's mom, and she was able to add a product on from the message that I sent her in the app. She was able to upgrade through the app and make an extra product purchase, which she didn't even know she could do that. So I sent her an upgrade, a link to a cart so that she could go in and upgrade it. So that was pretty cool too. I didn't know that.
So now I'm going to just share it through the in-app, same basic thing. And that is where, Mitchell, you were saying it automatically pulls up what to say. That's because I'm sending it directly from the app first. So it'll tell you, and then hit send. There you go. It even says first touch video.
And you can
now
see it
I
even
actually
says
got
it up, Lisa's message up here.
It's me, Michael D. Huey. This is my text only number for my business. And
So
then there's
here's
the
what's really
video.
cool, guys, is even though it's in the app, if you work your business from your app, there's how you'll know that it's being watched. And so, Mike, that's correct. But I'm going to actually, can you go all the way back now and see which one? I'm going to ask that question, Mike. Can you go all the way back to the beginning to where you shared it from the very beginning?
Or shared it to me.
Yes. And then that way it'll show you Lisa Lovey right there.
Mhm.
Okay.
See?
Okay.
It
So,
says I watched the video, although I just basically started it. But yep.
okay. So
And it prompts you, you can
but
see.
with both
share.
of them, your text or your
I didn't, the text one I sent to Stacy
from
Messenger. Remember, I copied
But what
it.
about the one to your cell phone?
I didn't send it.
I thought you did.
Uh-uh.
Isn't that how that one just came up?
Oh yeah, via the in-app text
So-
message.
Oh, okay. So it says shared second video.
Yep. So now we can do that.
Okay, so you can click on there. Yeah, click it on. It
And
says,
share.
and then share.
Video.
And so now it's going to pull up the second video.
Curiosity.
No, it's not
Oh.
curiosity. It's learn. There it is. It's
Yeah.
there. Learn more. So now this is the learn video. She'll send
Me.
this. Oh, Stacy wants you to send him the second video.
Okay.
Okay. So
Can
she
do
can
that.
so she can copy this here. Copy that.
Mhm.
All right. So select
Select
all, copy, go to Stacy, and then
Yep.
send it. Okay. So now you have the second one. There you go. And what's really cool about it is it's almost like it goes straight to your website, so it's not, you don't have to worry about if they go
I'm
in
gonna
order.
Cancel this
Um,
right now.
Yeah, you're gonna
Then
cancel
I'm
it.
gonna go to library.
Okay, she's gonna
and
show you
I'm
one more
gonna
thing.
Send the skincare video.
Okay. I
Messaging.
think Tracy was just talking about skincare or something earlier. Stacey, did you have a question?
Would that go to your website or my website now?
That goes to my website because it's linked from my app.
So click it on and you should be able to see it, Stacy. So if you click it on, it
Yep.
may only send you to, Stacy, click it on and tell me what it says.
Says,
Is it Venmo or Vimeo?
it's lvxmo.biz.
Did you
Or
click
that-
it on? Did you click it on to watch it?
Yep.
Flip the switch.
Got-
Feel
What's
better.
what's in the title of the video when you clicked it on?
Learn more. Hang on.
What's in the search engine? Is it your website or is it just just the video? Is
Just
it
the
my
video.
website or just the video?
Just a video
Okay. So that's good. So
right there.
yeah, okay. All right, do me a favor, Stacy.
Yep.
Are you still a co-host?
I guess so.
Okay. Share your screen and can you show me from that?
Share the screen. Share the screen. Screen.
It says you're a co-host.
Share.
There you go. All right, so click on the video and show me what happens next.
Yeah. Under Huey.
Okay, click that link over there.
Okay, hang on. I'll close that one off. Click this one. Close that off.
Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. So just mute that for a second. Click the LifeVantage logo down there below, Stacy, and see if anything happens in that. Anything happen with that?
Nope.
So it doesn't go to your website.
Because it's just the video.
Okay.
But if it was a cart or something like that, it definitely would be linked to your website.
Okay.
See, I tried that with the cart I was doing a friends and family one for one of my customers.
You can stop sharing.
And I did, oh, hang on. And I did the cart thing
I got you.
and it ended up going to my website instead of hers actually.
Well,
That could be because of cookies from your computer as
Yeah.
well, because
Yeah.
that has happened multiple times.
Yeah, you have to clear your cookies.
I gotta clear my cookies. I need
Yeah.
a cookie monster then.
Exactly.
What if you
Yeah.
send it from your URL?
I'm trying to figure out how to, maybe
can
because I have an
also-
Android, I'm trying
What?
to figure out how to copy this link.
So here's what's really cool.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah. So here's what's really cool. Chris just asked a great question. What if you send it from your URL? That will absolutely come from your website. So if you go to, let me show you that. I'll show you guys that real quick so that you know it. Okay. And that way you guys can see it. Let me pull this up so you can see it really quick. So you can see, I went through this the other day. Let me show that way Chris can, okay. So yes, so here it is. Let me share this with you guys. So when you click this on, and you go here with the new tab, all right, if you look, if I click forward, if I click on here, okay, so if you look, I've already got them saved. See the HeFluence.LifeVantage/learn. That's the second video. So that's what Chris says. So this is right from your website. Okay. This comes right from your website. You can see this is Michael and Lisa Huey. And then it's the video is being shared right on your website. And I don't know why I don't even see it yet. It's not pulling up for some reason. It's just because our internet is slow, I think.
Which message?
Okay.
Not to mention the low entry costs.
We got a few things running
So
too.
yeah, we got a few things running in the background. So as you guys can see, I rewatched this the other day. So it's taken me back to where I watched it. If you do that, if you watch it on your phone, take it all the way back to the beginning. Okay, so this is I don't know, let me just say this to you guys. If you have not watched this video, it's phenomenal. You do not have to do a full presentation for them. This does it for you. Okay, let me ask you by putting a 1 down in the comments if you've watched it, 2 if you've not. I want to see just how many of you have not watched it, because if you haven't watched it, guys, go watch it. Trust me, go watch it. Watch it all the way through. It's very detailed and oriented. So what Chris just said, once you watch it, it will take you right to your website, right? And I love that. So I'll write down those questions, and I'll email Kamal tomorrow. On top of, if you guys know me, I have a list of things that I do now. I have this massive list of things I have to do tomorrow, which is crazy because I have 5 appointments tomorrow too. So I'll be working late tomorrow. I got to call Mike back too. So it'll probably be in the morning. I know he's not a morning person, but oh yeah, he is. That's right. He is a morning person. So guys, hopefully, and listen, if you ever have questions, just the best way to send them is by a text message or by a messenger. Did anybody have a question about anything that we've shared? I know a lot of people had some questions down in the comment, or does anybody want to make a comment or something they want to share about anything?
I got 2 things.
Go ahead, Mike.
1, is there any way we could write your name in so you could be a trainer in the new LV Academy?
You know how many people have said that? It's crazy. Like, and I know how they're going to do it. I just know they're going to start. Linda, you'll love that video. Just go to your website and /learn. These 2 videos are just simple and easy. So, yeah, Mike, I don't know. I can tell you this, that they're
a suggestion box.
I'll just say this to you. They are starting committees, okay, which we've been begging for a long time. And they sent us a list of things, of committees that we wanted to be on. So we're going to be on different committees, Zoom committees. So they have, all the elites are going to be broken up into 8 categories. So we'll have, each of us will be in and they'll rotate. So we had to list our top 3, and teaching was the one that I signed up for. So
Cool.
Had to do it, Mike. Had to do it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And
Yeah.
to be able to be teaching now. Here's what I said. I'll leave you guys with this. I said this about this last weekend's event, the Building Depth event, is that I learned the most for me personally, okay? Because I'll just say this. I don't know how many of you can sit still for 2 days of training on Zoom. It's hard, right? It's super hard. Mike's like, yeah, right? It's super hard. But let me just say this, okay? This was one of the first ones that I watched. We went over to my dad's and I was watching it at my dad's and taking notes on my phone. And the reason I did is because it was the best laid out event that I've ever been at. Like literally every time I hear Marilyn Johnson speak, it motivates me. I hear Rob and Summer speak, it motivates me. You know, I was even inspired by Marsha Livingston, who's a Pro 7 from Michigan, who, you know, her husband just had triple bypass surgery, right? Yeah, right, Vic? And so we're doing social, Mitchell, I'll show you about China. There's a different way. We are in China, but it's a different way of doing it. And as Stacy can tell you, it's crazy, right?
It's very different.
Yeah, it's very different. It's, what would you call it? Social networking?
Yeah, it's social marketing
Yeah,
that they're doing.
yeah.
Because they
And
can't
we're the
do-
only company that does it in China, right?
Amway is in there, and
Not like that.
I don't know what form of business they do, but the Chinese people talk a lot about the network marketing thing coming in, and are you with Amway as soon as you ask them or you tell them that
It
you're in
was the only
Hong
one. That was the only one. Yeah.
Kong. Yeah.
And they
I
do it.
don't know.
They do it different.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah. So you have an advantage because where there's only two companies there, LifeVantage and Amway, that are doing it in different models. You know, two different models. So
A lot of them will run though with the basic Chinese remedies.
yeah. And
That's kind of
Stacy, what is isn't there a training that you have to go through in the back office?
Yes.
Okay, so Mitchell, in your back office, there's a China training.
Yeah.
You go to sign in, go to library, sign in.
Costs
You
you
can,
$30 too.
And once
It
you
costs
take,
$30.
yeah, and
Okay.
once you take the training, then you go and you sign up for the LifeVantage China Ambassador Facebook group. You don't automatically get put in there. You have to add yourself to it. And then there's a whole bunch of videos and there's a whole bunch of training.
okay. All right.
You still have to be a certain rank. I thought it was Pro 3 and above.
No, they
No, no,
changed
no more?
that. You can be brand
Okay.
friggin' new.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Hey,
again,
hey.
they're totally encouraging us though not to try and get people that are in China. They're really encouraging us to get Asian people that know family members that are in China.
Yeah.
Did you want to say
Hey,
something,
what-
Chris?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think there's a better chance of Huey teaching in LVA than Weingarten finding a shirt with sleeves.
That's very well put, Chris.
How you doing? Hey,
Wicked awesome.
that's good that he wears it now. You know?
She just say wicked awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's
Hey,
another.
Chris, just
Hey.
be grateful I shaved my arm so you don't see how hairy I am.
Oh, I love you, man. I'm just giving you a hard time.
I know. It's all good, brother.
But here's
It's nice to hear your voice, Chris.
yeah, absolutely. And here's another good thing that I've learned is that you know, I learned this from Dan Mollering. Okay.
Speaking of wicked awesome.
Yeah, Dan's from Boston. Dan is the most humble guy, you know, and he's got Pro 7s underneath him now, and him and Laura Lee were going back and forth yesterday about who was going to get to Pro 9 first, and Dan's like, I got to get to Pro 8 first. And so I wanted to also say this. I was super impressed by Laura Lee's talk at Building Depth event too. We just keep adding. Bob and Janet Puckett spoke. They told their story at Building Depth. I did not know them. They're a personal enrollment of Marcel's. They're Pro 8s. They went away for 2 years and their business grew 20%. They had a family issue, you know, they went through it. They're back. They dove back in. They're just great people. And I remember them. I remember them speaking. Mike probably remembers them too. They've been in for 10, they've been in since the beginning. They've been in 11 years, right? And Janice just said, look, imagine if that would have happened to us in any of our other businesses.
So you
right?
just got a card notification about me watching the video too.
Oh, see? So it sends you a card note in the app that Lisa watched the video. So I like that. That's pretty cool too. And oh, I was going to tell you this. They'll go through and clean out. If you don't clean out your own cards, randomly the company will go out and clean out your cards too, which is a blessing. Because one time I had like 400 and some cards, right? Because I have a lot of customers. I have, you know, I've been personally enrolled close to 600 customers, I think, and in that time frame, which is, and I told Mike I plan on enrolling double that this next year in 2021 just through our coaching business. So I just want to encourage you guys, go give value to people. There will not be a call next Thursday. There's going to be a call the following Monday. So Monday,
no Christmas Eve, no New Year's Eve. We're going to do Monday.
We're going to do Monday. We're going to do Monday instead, and I'm going to have a special guest that you won't want to miss. I haven't confirmed it yet, but I'm about 90% sure I'm going to have Mark Harris on our call. And the reason I'm having Mark come on is because Mark has built a Pro 8 and a Pro 7 position. Okay. And his second business center made its Pro 8. Okay. So, and Julie White is in there and some other people. And when he did that, he lost a Pro 7 in the middle of it. Okay. So I've been super impressed by Mark and his team. I'm really close with a lot of people on his team. I'm also going to have him have one of his teammates who is one of my dearest friends in this company. David Meisner is going to come in. He's going to talk about a conversation that him and I had leaving the Charleston Elite Academy. Okay. Leaving the Charleston, he pulled over inside the road. He called me. I can remember a lot of what I said to him. I won't go into it with you. And David went from Pro 5 to Pro 6 within the next 90 days. Okay. I said, what happened? He said, well, you told me what I wanted to hear, not what you told me what I wanted to hear, not what I needed to hear, not what I wanted to hear. Okay. So guys, go enjoy your family for Christmas. I will look forward to seeing you the following Monday. Okay. After Christmas. And if you need anything, reach out. We're gonna work. We're gonna work. We're gonna work all the way through the first of the year. I'm gonna be sending at least five messages every single day through the app. And let's just keep following up with people. Let's build relationships. I know you guys have all heard this, but I wanted to share this with you because I felt like it was important. How many of you have heard people say, oh, I lost all my friends when I joined network marketing? Have you guys ever heard somebody say that? A lot of people. Mike's shaking his head, right? Okay. I had this guy share this to me this weekend. So Lisa brought up, and I told her, I said, how many messages could we have found from this guy about he lost 30 pounds? He got rid of migraines and all this stuff. And he said, but I want my wife and my friends back. And I'm like, bro, I have more friends. How many of you feel like you have better relationships with people since you've been involved? Okay, let's just talk about like this. Mike, where would your life be at had you not had LifeVantage in your life?
I don't even want to think about it.
No kidding.
I mean, would we have met?
We wouldn't have met other people, just the growth that I've had being part of this. Personally, plus from helping other people, just the impact, I couldn't even describe what life would be without it.
And I know Paulette's muted if she wanted to say something, but I'll just say this, Paulette and I's relationship. Like I've stayed at her home at least 5 or 6 times. She's not even in my organization. We just do meetings together. We have fun. You know, I'm in business partnered with Dee Dee. We get to radically change people's lives. You know, I wouldn't have got to meet Marcia and Stacy and Tracy. And you know, like Paula's on
Nobody
tonight.
on this call we
Paula's
would've
on
known.
tonight. I met Paula when she was working at a business in Tampa, a hormone replacement therapy business. She was involved through her work there, and that spot lapsed, and she re-enrolled just about 2 years ago. Okay. Had I not stayed friends with her and stayed encouraging her and continue to help her, I wouldn't have continued to keep this relationship. So I just want to say this to you guys. Never give up on people. Realize that you have the availability to build strong, long-lasting relationships. I think that this is the best relationship builder that you can ever do, because
Not to mention personal growth, Bill.
not to mention personal growth. And so I just want to say this: we love you guys. We're so grateful. OH.
I know. And Mike, one last thing. If it wasn't for Life Vantage, we're still friends because of Life Vantage, despite you being a Tampa Rays fan. So there you go.
Oh, and don't we beat the Yankees all the time too, right?
You Americans and your football and baseball,
Hey,
us
Mike,
Canadians just shake
I'm
our
just going to
heads.
say this really funny thing today. I asked Siri a question about the Buccaneers playing this weekend. And she said, and you know what she told me? She said, the New York Yankees are playing at noon today. I was like, no, they're not. They're not playing at noon today. This is not Mike. This is not Mike Weingarten. This is Mike Huey. Stop telling me that the Yankees are playing today at noon. They're not playing today. It's not even baseball season, for heaven's sake.
I hacked your Siri, that's why. I hacked it.
Apparently.
I'm like, really? Like, we're not even in baseball season.
Right, it's
It's the
December.
Google thingy.
Yeah, it was Google
Hey,
Home app.
Google. Yeah.
So, hey guys, Merry Christmas.
Yes. Merry Christmas.
And I look forward to
Be safe.
seeing you guys a week from the Monday. I'll send out a link, and I will go live the beginning of the week in our Facebook groups. I'll record it, and then I'll share it to you guys, getting some updates on the app from Kamal. And I'll share them with you guys once we get them. Okay. Merry Christmas, you guys. You guys
Merry
are awesome.
Christmas, everyone. Thank you, Mike, Lisa. Love you guys.
Love you too, brother.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Have a
you.
good one, guys. Be
Appreciate you
safe out
guys.
there.
Be blessed. Enjoy your Christmas.
Bye.
Merry
Love you,
Christmas.
Stay
Mike.
close,
Bye,
guys.
Marcia.
Bye, everyone.
Hugs.
Take care. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
OH.
Oh.
Hey,
Go
Pauletti.
Buckeyes.
Yo, Tide,
roll, baby, roll tide.
Love you all. You guys make me laugh.
Go Gators.
I know, right?